was always a tradition. There's a bar in Milwaukee. During the years that GenCon was in Milwaukee, the after-hours gathering place for everyone in the know was a club called the SafeHouse. I loved this club. It was so much fun. It was a James Bond themed pub. Well, it was a spy themed pub, but it was very clearly James Bond, Get Smart, all of that stuff. So first off, it was in an alley, but it's one of those alleys where one of the buildings was taken out for a parking lot. So it was just directly from the parking lot. There was no sign outside the club that said SafeHouse. There was a sign that said International Import-Export. Fair enough, Thunderous Blitz. Thank you very much. There was a sign that was describing things that had specific capitalized letters that spelled out SafeHouse. You went in and you were in a business office where someone then asked you for a password. And if you knew it, well, you moved on. If you didn't, you had to do a test of loyalty. The test of loyalty were things like putting on a afro wig and singing Stop in the Name for Love, or doing the bunny hop and singing Little Bunny Foo-Foo or hula hoops. Either way, the button was pressed and a bookcase opened, and then you walked down a Get Smart hallway and entered the bar. And if you had to do a test of loyalty, there was a round of applause because there were cameras and people could watch you. This bar had 3 actual bars on different levels. They did food service. It was all very spy themed. There were pneumatic tubes carrying messages. There was a telephone. It was a payphone, but you could use it. But then they had a button to change the background noise of your phone call to different areas, like an airport or a bowling alley or an Italian restaurant. It was the alibi phone. There was a bar near the top that sold a drink called the Spy's Demise. This drink had such alcohol content that they would only serve you one a night, and they let off an air raid siren when they made one. They had another bar where the bartender was a close-up magician. They had, apparently in the women's room, because I had to ask, there was an alarm that kept going off. So I asked the waitress, what is that alarm? Anyway, the alarm. So apparently there was a picture of a young Burt Reynolds, that picture, with a flap. And if you lifted the flap, it set off the alarm. Aha! There was another phone booth that if you picked up the phone, it would give you a code. And if you put the code in, punch the code in, a wall would open up, and that's how you could leave the bar after you went through the interrogation area. Because apparently there was another drink you could buy for a friend, and they would take you down. You could take that friend downstairs, interrogate them, and then hand them a drink, and their seat would rise up, and they'd be in the center of the bar, and there would be a screen playing a video, and it would have captions that detailed information from the interrogation. Did they have one in Chicago? That'd be nice. I'd love to go again because I had a glass I bought there. Had it for years. About a year and a half ago, it broke. Very disappointed. It's one of my favorite glasses. But anyway, so there was that.